Hello everybody, welcome to today's session. In today's session, we're going to do a pre-market analysis of the Forex pairs that are in my watch list, anticipating trading opportunities for the coming week, what I anticipate to see, what trading opportunities and I'm going to be looking for. So if that sounds interesting, please do stick with us until the end. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever I release out content like this. So here's my watch list. I got USD JPY, Euro USD, GBP USD, Gold, Euro JPY, CAD JPY, GBP JPY, and DXY. And as I always say, these two are the most important, as the JPY pair covers all the JPYs like Euro JPY, CAD JPY, and USD JPY. Once I analyze the JPYX, I know how these pairs will be acting out. And when I analyze DXY, I know how Gold, Euro USD, and GBP USD works out. That's because I understand its correlation to each other, right? So cool. We're going to start off with JPYX, what I anticipated to do for the coming week. Now, if you look at the trend, we see here prices tried to form some sort of a double top. As we had, this is the first top, this is the second top, this was the neckline. Prices pushed and closed below this neckline here. So we can obviously understand that this neckline has already been breached, and we should be looking for potential selling opportunities for prices to keep pushing lower until the next market structure, which is somewhere here. So obviously from this overall out layer, we understand from the weekly perspective that the trend is actually bearish, so we should be looking for bearish opportunities. Switching to the daily, if we zoom out, we can obviously see that the trend is also bearish, as we had a high, we had a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then prices failed to break above this trend line to create a higher high. So the trend is still bearish all the way until the bearish structure. So we should be looking for potential selling opportunities this coming week. As we see on Friday, prices closed with a bearish engulfing candlestick. So we should be anticipating to see a continuation this coming week for prices to push lower until somewhere down here. Although I believe it's not going to be such a smooth ride, it will be faced with a lot of obstacles. As we can see here on the left hand side, we have a resistance here, right? And then after that, we'll be having one just close to our take profit, and then finally hitting our targets. So obviously once prices reach here, we need to make sure that we are already at break even, right? And then once prices reach here, on our trades, we need to be securing at least half of the trade and above, right? Because we want to make sure that until the trade reaches here, we have maximized our chances of making it a winning trade. We need to actually manage it properly. Cool. So that's my anticipation on JPY for the coming week. Obviously, since this one is going to be looking for a selling opportunity, EURJPY, we're going to be looking for buying opportunities in this because it's inversely correlated. Now, if we look at it from the weekly perspective, we can see prices are in an uptrend, as we had a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we created a higher high. So obviously, this is the most recent structure, and prices came back to it. So I'll be anticipating to see prices, keep on pushing higher from here to continue this bullish trend. Now, on the daily structure, we can see the trend is still bearish, as we had a high, we had a low, lower high, and a lower low. So based on the daily structure, I'm not really going to be jumping, looking for trading opportunities in this pair just yet until the trend is actually broken. So here, this is the 4 hours. This is the 4-hour time frame. For me to actually take buying opportunities in this trade, on EURJPY, I'll need to see prices break above this trend line. I'll need to see prices break above here, possibly give me some sort of a retest before we continue to see prices push until somewhere here as our first targets, obviously, because this is just the beginning of a crazy long-term trend. But these will be our first targets. So these will be our first targets. I'll be anticipating a break and retest. Once we get that, something like that, once we get that, then we'll be looking for buying opportunities here to swing with them all the way until there. So that's how I anticipate EURJPY to play out this coming week. But however, I won't be taking the buys just yet. I'll be waiting for a break and a retest before I actually take my trading opportunities. Cadjpy, same thing here. All the way until the daily, we can actually, on Cadjpy, the trend is actually kind of bullish, because you can see here we had lows, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then prices formed a lower high, but then formed another higher low. So the trend are still already kind of in a bullish trend. So with this one, it shouldn't be that much of a problem to look for entries. Right? So currently, prices are in this kind of a triangle pattern. Right now, it looks as if they're in this kind of resistance here. So what I believe will be happening, as you can see here, it doesn't really have that much of a momentum. Like, it's really struggling. So I doubt that it will actually break that structure. So I believe prices will actually come back down here, give us a third touch on this ascending trend line before you actually see a break and a continuation. So in this trade, we'll particularly be looking for entries in two possible areas. We'll be looking for entries in two possible areas. The first entry, we'll be looking for it down here, which will be a risky entry, but the most confirmed entry will be the one here, as the trend will have already changed and will just be continuing to look for, continuation of the trade, right? So Cadjpy will be having two potential entries, and that's the way I anticipate it to play out. So let's look at DXY. With DXY, if we start off from the weekly perspective, we can actually see that last week prices closed with a crazy bullish momentum, right? The momentum was insane. Like, prices are just pushing higher with, like, it's insane. Look at this momentum. There is no doubt next week prices will obviously keep on pushing higher. So with DXY, our first targets will be aiming for prices to hit until this market structure that's actually the following market structure resistance. As you can see here, we don't have that much of a resistance. So we'll be anticipating to see prices keep on pushing higher. If we look at the trend, we can see that the prices have already broken. This was the most recent high. Prices have broken above that, and they have also broken above this descending trend line. So obviously, we'll be looking for some kind of a retest before we actually look for that continuation. So on the 4 hours, this is how it looks like. This is the structure that has been broken. So on the 4 hours, obviously we can see the prices have really adjusted out there. So we won't be looking for an entry, but we'll just be waiting for this kind of a retracement before we actually take a buy to continue with the trend. Obviously, we can notice that there is a structure here. So we'll be looking for prices to come back somewhat here before we look for that continuation forward the buy trend, because obviously prices this coming week on DXY will keep on being bullish. So let's look at that on EURUSD. On EURUSD, we'll be looking for retest. Somewhat here. Somewhere here, we'll be looking for retracements. Yeah, I was trying to draw a trend line, but it doesn't fit anywhere. So cool. We'll be looking for retracements. And then once we get that retracement, we'll be looking for continuations for prices to keep on pushing lower until somewhere here as the first targets. So we'll be looking for retracements and continuations as this is our first targets, right? GU, same thing applies, looking for selling structures. Obviously, you can see from the weekly perspective, last week prices closed with a solid bearish momentum after prices bounced off this resistance structure. So we should be looking for continuations. This is the 4-hour structure. Trend line has been broken. So right now, we should be looking for retracements and continuations all the way until somewhere down here, these being the first targets. So that's my anticipation that will be happening on GU. Let's see how it will play out. And then we got the last pair, that's gold. Gold, starting off from the weekly perspective, we can actually see that the prices are on this resistance structure, but prices, obviously, every time prices came here, they were being rejected. So prices are back here. Obviously, high possibility of being rejected as the DXY is also gaining value right now. But unlike Euro USD and GBP USD, gold hasn't given us a confirmation candlestick yet, right? So here, this is on the daily perspective. We can see the trend is still bullish. So we should be waiting for the trend to change first before we actually take the trade. So we are going to be looking for trend confirmations on the 4 hours because gold is a very volatile pair. So this is where we are going to be anticipating to see a trend change. So if this trend line gets broken, that means gold will have changed its trend. Obviously, we'll be waiting for prices to break these lows. And then once we get that kind of a retest, we'll be looking for continuations for prices to sell all the way until somewhere down here as our first targets. So yeah, that's what I'm anticipating to see happen on gold and the rest of the US dollar pairs this coming week. So if you've been with me until the end, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever I release content like this, and share with a few friends that you believe will find value in this video. Till next time, guys, appreciate you all. Take it easy out there. Peace.